Hello and welcome to Lesson 12. This part of the lesson we are going to work on the sprites. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit because of time, and I'm going to, in some of these script videos that we get into, just so the videos are shortened and we can maximize the amount of instruction that's happening in the video, some of these start off with some script blocks already out. So in this case of the bananas, I have script blocks already out. But I want to show you how we're going to get this monkey to move back and forth with our arrow keys, our left arrow and our right arrow. So I need to grab two of these under the control blocks. Two of these when space key pressed. And you see this little arrow pointing down here. I can change that. If I click that space, I can change that to, we need one left arrow and one right arrow. Right arrow. Okay. Now we're going to go over here to motion, and with the left arrow we want to drag out two of these change X bys. So we'll find the change X by, here it is, and we'll connect them up in there. Change X by, and we know to move left we want to say minus from some of our first few lessons. So to move left we have minus 10, and to move right we have plus 10. So now when I click the left arrow, my monkey should move left, and the right arrow, my monkey should move right. Okay? So now we want to work on the banana that's going to be falling. Now the banana is going to have a few main blocks. One, we're going to start this game off in what we call a game loop. And so the green flag is going to be how we start this game. It's going to start the game loop. And in this case, we're going to need a forever loop, because this banana is going to forever be doing something. And in our case, it's going to forever be changing its position, so it's going to be falling. And so if you look in here, you will see a change y by minus 10, or actually a change y by 10, but since it's falling down, we're going to put minus 10, and we're going to stick that right in there forever. Now if I start this, you'll see it falls and it stops. Now I can pick it up, move it, it'll fall and it'll stop. Pick it up, move it, it'll fall and it'll stop. That's not exactly what we want. What we want is, if this thing is touching something, to do something. So the first thing we're going to say is if it's touching the ground, remember the ground sprite we created? So if it's touching the ground, which is called sprite 3, we want it to do something. And I want two of these because I want it to do something if it touches the ground and something else if it touches the monkey, which is called sprite 1. So I'm going to click my little duplicate, and I'm going to click that, and now I have two of them, and I'm just going to go ahead and hook them together. In both of these cases, I want this thing to, whatever it does, I still want it to go up. In one case, it's going to keep a score, and it's going to add a score. We don't have a variable yet, but I'll show you where we do that. So we know that we want it to come back to the top, so we're going to put it right back up to Y180, which if you look right down in here, right there, you'll see Y180 is the top. That's why we have Y180. But X, we want it to be more random. So we want it to not always go up in the same position across the X-axis. So we're going to do a pick random from our operators. And we got that out of here. This right here. And I know that across the X, we have, if you look right down here, right there, X, we have a minus 236, it's probably, anywhere in that range, to a plus 236. And so that's where this is coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that right in there. You see how that slid right in there? And actually this touching, I'll show you where that came from. If you go to sensing and you see touching, it's that one right there, right on the top. And you'll see it's shaped like a diamond, so it fits right in there. Now I want to duplicate this, one for each if. There and there. We're going to slide this up in the forever loop. Now we're going to click our green flag, and you'll see it. You'll see our banana continue to fall like that. And it's going to do that whether it touches the monkey or whether it touches the ground. Okay? Okay, so we almost have everything. What we need to do now is, we mentioned variables in some of our previous lessons, and we're going to create a variable, and we want to call this variable score. And you can go ahead and just make it for all sprites. It doesn't matter right now. So score. You'll notice right up here in the left-hand corner, we now see our score variable. If you double-click it twice. You will get just the score value. If you want it to say score out beside it, double click it till you get this look again. So that's what we've got there. I want to take this and I want to set score to 0 when the green flag is clicked. And then if it's touching sprite 3, which is the ground, let's bring 2 of these out. Not set score, but change score by 1. 2 of these change scores by 1. And the first one, if it's touching sprite 3, nope, we want to change that, sprite 3, and change this one to sprite 1. And because that's our monkey. We can change these two. You can change them right here. If I wanted to call that monkey instead of sprite 1, I just type in monkey. Okay, back to our banana. Now if our banana is touching sprite 1, we want to increase the value by 1. And let's see how I put it right within that if bracket, touching sprite 1, if touching sprite 3, which is the ground. We want to subtract a point. Now, another thing we can do to make this game either easier or harder is we can change this Y value. A smaller value, say -5, is going to make it move slower. And a larger value is going to make it move faster. So I'm going to go ahead and click this green flag, and you see it. Oops, I've already got minus a point. And it's already pretty hard, so I want to do this, and I want to make my monkey move a little faster. So instead of -10, I'm going to put -20. And +20. Now he'll move much faster. There we go. Now I can actually catch the bananas with that. And I've got 3 points there, took 1 away. Now, there we go. So that's our game in a nutshell. Now, if we wanted, we could also make this much harder by creating more bananas. See how I'm just clicking this and clicking the bananas, clicking this, clicking the bananas. Now let's start the green flag. We'll have bananas everywhere. See that? That's how you can kind of take your game and make it a little harder or a little easier. So that is a monkey catch game. Remember, create yours. Once you have it created, you're going to click this little share project. You're going to log in with your Scratch project, your Scratch website name, your password, the name, some project notes, and then OK, and then we'll publish it. So that is the monkey catch game.